Every single thing you can see began as a picture in somebody's mind. The chair, someone sat down and imagined a shape that would hold a human body and then went and made it. The light above you, someone stood in the dark and pictured a glass bulb with a glowing thread inside it. He held that picture and refused to release it. The entire night side of this planet is bright. The building around you was drawing on a table. The road outside was a line on a map. The city was a conversation between people who wanted something that had yet to exist. Every human-made thing you will touch today came through the same doorway. It lived in a mind before it lived in the world. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. And this may be one of my most important activations ever. This is You Can Do Anything You Want, the Reality Creation Activation, with one of my favorite songs ever at the end. I want you to take a moment, just look around the room you're sitting in. Every single thing you can see began as a picture in somebody's mind. The chair, someone sat down and imagined a shape that would hold a human body and then went and made it. The light above you, someone stood in the dark and pictured a glass bulb with a glowing thread inside it. And because he held that picture and refused to release it, the entire night side of this planet is bright. The device you are hearing this on, that was a thought. It was a thought held by people who were told repeatedly that it was impossible. And now it sits in your hand and connects you to every human being alive. The building around you was drawing on a table. The road outside was a line on a map. The city was a conversation between people who wanted something that had yet to exist. Every human-made thing you will touch today came through the same doorway. It lived in a mind before it lived in the world. There is no exception anywhere. Every object in every room on every continent arrived by that same route. Even the natural items, I believe, the trees, the lake, the planets, all of it was held in someone's mind. But we can certainly talk about that on another day. Mind first, world second, every time for everything. That's the mechanism. And it's been running for as long as there's been people. And you have the same equipment. The identical machinery that produced the chair and the bulb and the city is installed in you at full power. It has been running your entire life, faithfully, precisely, building your world out of whatever pictures you handed it. Tonight, we take the controls. The words you're about to hear carry a frequency, and that frequency does the work. You hold still, you listen, let it move through you and rearrange you from the inside. Settle in. Let your shoulders drop. Let the breath deepen. You can do anything you want. That sentence is going to feel considerably larger by the end of this than it does at the beginning. Let me say it plainly. In the space between your heartbeats, in the silence of your mind, there's a truth that is always waiting for the moment you will find. You can do anything you want. The universe is listening to the dreams you haunt. You can do anything at all. The impossible is waiting for you to make the call. Every door that closed before you was just showing you the way. Every no was only clearing space for your perfect day. You can do anything you want. Universe is listening to the dreams you haunt. You can do anything at all. The impossible is waiting for you to make the call. You have been creating this whole time. Every reality you have ever occupied, you built. Without knowing, without choosing. and you built it using the same machinery you're about to take command of. Here's how it worked. You held a picture. The picture might have been handed to you by your family, your school, your culture, a screen, a room, a person who spoke carelessly to you when you were young enough to believe them, and you held it. You returned to it. You looked at it so many times that it became the brightest image in the gallery of your mind. And the creative energies came through and selected it as the pattern. And they built your life out of it. They did that faithfully. They did that precisely. They gave you exactly what you were holding. And you looked at the result and concluded that reality was simply telling you the truth about what was possible. The result was evidence. And the evidence hardened into belief. And the belief reinforced the picture, and the picture generated more of the result. The loop is the entire mechanism. And it's been running most of our whole entire lives, which means the machinery works. If your current life is proof of anything, it is proof that the system functions. You've already demonstrated with total consistency that whatever you hold long enough shows up in your world. You are already an accomplished creator. You have been running the equipment at full power in the dark. Tonight we turn the lights on. There is a moment that changes everything, and it takes about 1 second. It happens when you stop asking whether something is possible and start deciding whether you want it. Those are two completely different questions, and almost everyone spends their entire life answering the first one. Is this realistic? Is this reasonable? Do people like me get things like that? What are the odds? What would happen if it failed? The second question sits underneath all of that, waiting, and almost nobody reaches it. Do I want it? That's the question. That's the only question that has ever mattered. Because wanting is the seed, and everything else is whether. So decide. Decide before you know how. Decide before the path is visible, before anyone agrees with you, before the money exists, before the door opens, before a single piece of evidence arrives to support you. The deciding comes first, always. In every story of anyone who ever did anything, the deciding came first. And the how showed up afterward. And it showed up because the deciding called it. You are allowed to want what you want. You never needed permission. There was never a committee. There was never a list of people who qualified beside a list of everybody else. There was only a room full of human beings, most of them waiting to be chosen, and a small number who understood that choosing is something you do to yourself. Choose yourself. Say it out loud if you can. I choose myself. I decide. I am the one who says yes to my own life. I am the one who creates. That's the first act of a conscious creator, and everything after it is mechanics. There is a place in you where the truth has been waiting. You've been there, everyone has. It arrives in the strangest moments, usually when you are alone and undefended and thinking about something else entirely, driving at night with the radio low, standing in the kitchen at 2 a.m, walking somewhere familiar and suddenly seeing it with brand new eyes. And something opens. For a few seconds, you know that your life is larger than the shape it currently occupies. You know that you are capable of something you've been circling for years. You know, with total clarity and zero evidence, that it is all available. And then the moment closes and the ordinary mind comes back and files it under wishful thinking. Stop filing it under wishful thinking. Those moments are the signal getting through. They arrive when the noise drops low enough for you to hear what has been transmitting the entire time. They are the truest thing that happens to you, and you have been treating them as a mood. They come in the silence. They come in the space between your heartbeats, in the gap between one thought and the next, in the pause you almost never allow yourself to have. Which is why the practice is quiet. Give yourself a few minutes of nothing. Every day. No input, no screen, no music, just you and the space and the thing that lives in that space, waiting for a chance to speak. It's been trying to reach you for years. Give it a window. Every limit you carry was installed. None of them came with you. You arrived clean, holding zero beliefs about what you could do. Everything you currently hold about your ceiling was placed there by something outside of you, and you accepted it because you were young or tired or hurt, or because everyone around you seemed to agree. Look at where the wall came from. Somebody laughed once, somebody used a tone, a teacher made a face, a parent said something in exhaustion that they forgot by dinner and you carried for 30 years. A door closed and you decided the closing meant something about you. None of it was a measurement. All of it was weather. And you built a house out of weather. A belief is a thought you have had many times. This is the whole definition. There is nothing else in it. No physics or permanence, no authority. Just repetition, which means the wall is made entirely out of attention, which means it dissolves the moment you stop feeding it. You are stronger than every story ever told about you. Feel that go in. The people who decided that you were capable were guessing. They were guessing from inside their own walls, using their own ceilings as the measuring stick, and they were wrong about themselves too. You outgrew their estimate a long time ago. Tonight, you let go of the number. The wall dissolves. The ceiling lifts. The room you've been living in opens out into a field, and the field goes all the way to the horizon. You want to know how it actually works. Here's the mechanism stated plainly. Assumption creates reality. Whatever you assume to be true about yourself and your world becomes the pattern, and the pattern becomes the result. The assumption is upstream of everything. It sits above your effort, above your strategy, above your circumstances, above the market and the timing and the people around you. You get what you assume rather than what you want, which means the work is upstream. The work is at the level of identity rather than action, because action flows out of identity automatically and effortlessly once the identity is set. A person who assumes they are wealthy does wealthy things without deciding to. A person who assumes they are healthy makes healthy choices without discipline. A person who assumes they are loved shows up in a room in a way that draws love toward them without technique or strategy or trying. Change the assumption and the behavior reorganizes on its own. This is why, in many cases, willpower will fail you. Willpower operates downstream, fighting the current, forcing action out of an identity that generates the opposite. It works for a while and then it exhausts and you snap back and you conclude that you lack discipline. You never lack discipline. You are rowing upstream. Turn the boat around. Set the assumption and let the current carry you. That is the whole method. That is what most spiritual teachers have been pointing at. The inner world sets the terms. The outer world reports the results. Understand, you are transmitting all day. Every state you hold radiates outward and reaches everyone in range. The quality of your inner life goes out in front of you, into every room you enter, before you speak, before you introduce yourself, before anyone knows a single fact about you. People feel you arrive, and the world responds to that transmission with astonishing precision. It brings you circumstances that match your frequency. It brings you people who resonate at your rate. It hands you situations that fit the state you occupy over and over until you change the state. Which is why chasing move so slowly, and changing states move so fast. You have felt this. There are days when everything opens and the traffic parts, and the person says yes, and the parking space appears. And there are days when the world closes into a fist. Same city, same abilities, different transmission. So become the frequency of the thing you want. Feel wealthy before money arrives, and watch how differently you move through a negotiation. Feel loved before the person arrives, and watch what shows up in your posture, your voice, your willingness to be seen. Feel well before the healing completes, and watch how the body responds to being trusted. The state is the cause. The circumstance is the effect. This has the right order. And almost everybody has it backwards, waiting for the circumstance to grant them permission to feel the state. Take the state first. It was always available. It was never being withheld. You are broadcasting now. Broadcast something enormous. There's a version of you who already has it. That version exists as an actual configuration of you, standing further along the line, living in the completed thing, more than a fantasy or goal. And that version is pulling. This is what almost nobody teaches, and it changes the entire experience of building a life. You've been taught to push, to grind, to force, to drag yourself forward by effort against resistance. The truth is the opposite. You are being drawn. The future self exerts a gravity. The completed version of this life reaches back along the timeline and pulls. When you start imagining into this future, that's the process that begins to happen. It pulls you along the timeline, steadily and patiently. And every desire you have is a pull registering in your body. Your desires are evidence. The thing you want is a signal from the version of you who already has it. The longing is the pulling arriving. You've been interpreting it as lack, as measure of what is missing, when it was always a transmission from ahead, which means the wanting was never the problem. The wanting was a map. So stop pushing and let yourself be drawn. Move toward the thing that pulls hardest. Follow the excitement. Follow the aliveness. That is the future self signaling the direction. And the signal gets stronger the closer you get. And make the decisions the way that version would make them. Ask it directly. What would the one who already has it choose here? Then choose that before you feel ready, before the circumstances justify it. Because choosing that way is what closes the distance. Every choice made from the future collapses the gap. You are being pulled home. All you have to do is stop resisting the direction. Here's the hardest part, and almost everybody quits inside it. The evidence arrives last. You shift the assumption, you take the state, you begin moving as the one who has already arrived. And then you look around at your actual life, and it looks exactly the way it looked yesterday. Same room, same numbers, same phone that stays quiet. And a voice comes up and says, "See, none of this works." That voice is arriving early, and it's reporting on the wrong thing. Understand what you're looking at. The outer world is a record of what you were holding before. It has a lag built into it. What surrounds you today is the printed result of an assumption you carried for years, and it will keep printing that result for a while after you change the input. The same way a ship keeps moving in its old direction for some distance after the wheel turns. The wheel has turned, the ship has yet to show it. So the discipline is this: hold the new assumption while the old evidence is still on the table. Keep the state while the room looks unchanged. Keep going during the exact stretch where nothing appears to be happening. The stretch is where almost everyone gives their power back. They shift, they wait a week, they look around, they see the old life, and they conclude the whole thing was a fantasy and the reversal is the only thing that stopped it. Stay with it. The evidence is on its way. It has to travel, and when it arrives, it tends to arrive in a rush, all at once, in a way that makes the waiting look absurdly short in hindsight. Everyone who ever built anything went through this exact stretch. Every one of them. It's the standard fee, and it's paid in patience. It's the last thing between you and the result. Hold the line a little longer than feels reasonable. That's the whole discipline, and it's enough. The closed doors were doing something for you. It stayed hidden at the time. At the time, it was rejection or loss, or a phone that stopped ringing, or a person who left, or a job that went to somebody else. And it arrived with the weight of a verdict about your worth. Look back at the map now. Every one of those closures moved you. Every no rerouted you. Every ending cleared a room you were standing in so you could stand somewhere better, and you could trace it, if you look honestly, because the best things in your life sit directly downstream of the worst moments in your life. The thing you are most grateful for arrived through a door that opened only because another one shut it. You know this is true. You have simply never applied it forward, so apply it forward. The closure happening in your life today is doing the same work. The delay is doing the same work. The person who said no was clearing space. The thing that fell apart was making room. And in some number of years, you will look back at this exact season and see the shape of it. And it will make complete sense. You get to know that now instead of later. That is what it means to trust the process. And it costs you nothing to adopt. And it changes the entire texture of a difficult year. Nothing is being taken from you. Things are being arranged. There's one thing standing between you and the life you want. It has a specific shape and a specific name. And once you see it clearly, it loses most of its grip. It's the fear of being seen. This is what it always is, underneath everything else, underneath procrastination, the perfectionism, the endless preparing, the good reasons for waiting, the research phase that has lasted 3 years. You are afraid, perhaps, of what happens when you actually go for it and people watch. Because going for it means declaring. It means letting people know what you want, which means letting them see you want it, which means that if it goes badly, they will have witnessed the whole thing. So we hedge. We soften. We keep the dream half secret so the failure stays half private. We say we are exploring some ideas, when what we mean is we want an enormous thing and we are terrified to say it out loud. Hear this clearly. You will be seen. This is the price, and it's the only price. Every person who ever built anything paid it. Every one of them stood in front of people who might laugh and said, "This is what I am doing." They felt exactly what you feel. The visibility terrified them. They did it while afraid, which is the entire trick. There's never been another one. Courage has never once meant the absence of fear. Courage means moving while the fear is fully present and screaming and doing it anyway, and discovering on the other side that the fear was the last gate. Let yourself be seen. Say what you want out loud to somebody this week. Say it plainly, without softening, without the hedge. The saying is the beginning, where the reality starts to move. Your word carries weight. Every sentence you speak about yourself is an instruction. And the deep part of you receives it as an instruction, and the world organizes around it. Which means the way you talk about yourself is a construction project you've been running without supervision. Listen to your own speech for 1 week, and you will find the walls, the offhand comments, the self-deprecating jokes that get a laugh and cost you something. The casual sentences about how you are bad at this, terrible with that, always the one who, never the type 2. Every one of those is a brick. So change the sentences. Speak as the one who has already become it. Speak from the finished version. Let the language arrive from the future rather than reporting on the past. And speak with authority. Because authority is real. You are the sovereign of your own experience. And inside that territory, your word is law. Declare it. I am the one who creates. I am the creator of my reality. I decide what is true for me. My word goes out into the field, and the field responds. Feel how different that is from asking. Asking places the power outside you and waits for a decision from somewhere else. Declaring places the power where it actually lives, which is inside the one speaking. You are the one speaking. Speak like it. There's a moment coming, and it's close. It always arrives the same way. Ordinary morning, ordinary hour. Somebody standing in a kitchen with a cup of coffee, and something turns over inside them, and afterward they mark that day as the one where their life changed. The day looked like every other day. The change happened on the inside first. This is how it always goes. Nobody gets a signal. Nobody gets a sign in the sky. There's a moment where a person decides quietly with no audience, and then everything downstream of that moment reorganizes. This could be that moment for you. Everything you have ever needed has been sitting behind doors you have yet to open, and the doors were never locked. They were simply closed, and closed looks a great deal like locked from a distance. And almost nobody walks up and tries the handle. Walk up and try the handle. The power you've been waiting to receive arrived with you. It's been in the room this entire time, running quietly, building whatever you handed it. It requires no ceremony to activate. It requires a decision. So make it here. The choice is yours. It's always been yours. Nobody else can make it. Nobody else can want your life for you. Nobody is coming to grant permission, because the permission was yours to give from the beginning. Give it now. Take a breath, let it out slowly, and step across. Before the activation, we build the picture. Everything we've discussed runs on the image you hold. The image is the pattern, and the pattern becomes the result. So close your eyes, take one long breath in, and imagine your wish fulfilled. You can have anything you want. Imagine a scene as vivid as you can, bringing up all the tones of reality, seeing it as real from your eyes. Put yourself in that day. Walk around in it, feel it, experience it as vividly as you possibly can. Feel it as real as you can. Now, everything up to here was understanding. What follows is an installation. These words are spoken as truth. Take a breath and let it go, slowly. Say this with me. I am a conscious creator of reality. I am the one who decides. I am the one who chooses. I am the author of this life, and I hold the pen with a steady hand. I create deliberately now. I select the pattern. I hold the picture. I choose the assumption I live from, and the world assembles itself around my choosing. My awareness shapes what appears. My attention determines what grows. I can do anything I want. Anything I choose is available to me. Anything I decide upon becomes reachable in the moment I decide. The field opens in the direction I face. I am unlimited in what I attempt. I am unlimited in what I may become. The ceiling dissolved and the sky opens, and there is nothing above me now. I possess every capacity this life requires. I possess more capacity than I have used. I release every limit. The walls come down. I am free of the old story. I am free of the small self. I am free of every estimate made by people who were guessing. I forgive what came before. I release the weight of it. My future is pulling me forward. The completed version of you reaches back and takes hold. The gravity is real. The pull is steady. You are moving toward the life already built for yourself. You now make decisions the way that version makes them. You choose from arrival rather than from wanting. You act as the one who already has it. The distance between you and your future closes today, now, in this moment. The slide happens softly, beneath the surface, in the space, between one breath and the next. Say this with me. I broadcast the frequency of perfection. I feel wealthy. I feel loved. I feel well. Take the state first. Enter into the state. Stop waiting for permission to feel what you want to feel. Occupy the frequency right now. Your presence changes the temperature of every room you enter from now on. What they feel is good. Doors begin to open in front of you. The path clears as you walk it. What you need appears at the moment you need it. The right people arrive carrying exactly what was missing. Opportunity finds you. Resources find you. Support arrives. Every closure was a redirection. Every delay was a preparation. You are seen, and being seen is safe. Declare what you want out loud. The enormous thing gets said plainly and people hear it. Say it now. Your word carries weight. Speak as the one who's already become it. Your language arrives from the future. Your sentences build rather than diminish. Declare, and the field will respond. Command the day to open, and it will open. You are sovereign inside your own experience, and your word is law here. You speak, and reality listens. Money is moving towards you. Large sums arrive with ease. Wealth flows to you from many directions. You receive fully. You hold large amounts with a steady pulse. Abundance is your baseline. Opulence is ordinary. Your body is strong and well. Vitality moves through you. Every system operates beautifully. Your body is restoring itself. You are strong and capable. You move with power and ease. Love surrounds you. You are loved deeply and completely. Your heart is open, safe, and full. You belong. You are held. You are part of something larger than yourself. The work you came here to do moves through you. You create things that never existed before. Ideas arrive and take form, and the world is better for them. Your gifts are seen. Your voice reaches the ones who need it. Your contribution ripples outward in waves. You build something that outlives you. You are fearless. The old fears dissolve in the light of who you have become. You meet the unknown with curiosity. You are safe. You are held. Everything you need is already inside you. The power arrives with you. It's been there the entire time. You are the cause. You are the source. You are the still point around which your whole life turns. Time is bending towards you. So select a version of today where everything works. Reality holds a flexibility and you are fluent in it. The old timeline releases and falls away behind. Step into the one you choose, and it will grow solid under your feet now. Everything is converging on the outcome you pick. Every road ahead leads somewhere magnificent. Opportunity multiplies around you. Your gifts are coming online. Your capacities that you've never used are awakening in you now. Talents that stayed dormant are rising to the surface. You are discovering what you're capable of by using what you already have. There's far more in you than you have spent. You move even when you're afraid. Fear arrives and you go anyway. The moving is the whole method. You let yourself be seen. You say enormous things out loud without softening it. Your life is expanding in every direction at once now. The money, the body, the love, the work, the freedom, all of it is moving together, all of it rising together. Your life gets larger every year. You live it, and expansion continues without limit. You create for the joy of creating. You make things because making them delights you. Your work carries your signature, and the world is brighter than you found it. Feel the shift happening in you. Same machinery that built the chair and the bulb and the city has come forward in you and it's taken its position. It was always there. You are the creator of your reality. You have always been the creator of your reality. The only thing that changed tonight is that you know it. And knowing it is the entire difference between a life that happens to you and a life you build. From here forward, you create on purpose. You will notice it first in small things, a decision made clearly, a sentence you would once have softened, a moment where the old fear rises and you move anyway. Then the larger things begin to arrive. Carry this with you. When the old story rises, you remember what you now know. When someone tells you what is realistic, you remember what is actually holding the pen. When the path grows dim, you remember what the future is pulling, and the pull has never once stopped. You can do anything you want. You always could. And here's what I want you to do with it. Pick one thing this week. One. The thing that rose up in your chest while I was talking. The one you've been circling for years. The one you almost said out loud a moment ago, then talked yourself back down from. That one. Say it to someone out loud, plainly without softening. Tell one person, but only tell someone who you trust their imagination. That might be a small group. If there's no one in your life that you trust their imagination, then hold it back, but don't be afraid of who you are. And then take one action that only makes sense if it's already true. Make the call, send the message, buy the thing that a arrived version of you would own. Book the room, register the name. One action taken from the finished self before the evidence arrives. That single act does more than a year of thinking about it, moves you across a line. And once you're across it, the old version of you has nowhere to stand. You have every tool. You have always had every tool. The waiting is over and the deciding is yours. And the only thing left is to begin. So receive this now. Everything spoken here has already taken effect. The frequency moved through you while you listened. The words did their quiet work underneath your thinking. I used specific technologies and frequencies in this recording. The activation is complete. The frequency has moved through you. The words have done their work in the deep places, planting the future in the soil of your present. You are powerful. You are unlimited. You are free. You are the deliberate creator of everything that follows. You stand at the meeting point of two lives, and you choose the one where you already became everything you came here to be. Go now and live as the one who decides. Speak as that one. Move as that one. Choose as that one. And watch the world reorganize itself around the truth you now carry. Someone ahead of you, the version of you who did it, is standing in the completed life, looking back down the timeline at this exact moment. At you sitting here, at the instant everything turned, that version is smiling. They remember tonight. They remember being where you are, hearing something and deciding. They remember the fear in moving anyway. And from where they stand, the whole distance between there and here looks short. You are closer than you have ever been. The impossible has been waiting this entire time for you to make the call. It is done, and it is so. Before I go, I have a song that fits this activation so perfectly. I have to play it. And the song itself carries an additional dimension which will activate your reality creation center More than that, it has a message that I've been trying to get to you this whole time, and that is you can do anything you want. Anything you want.
In the space between your heartbeats, in the silence of your mind, there's a truth that's always waiting for the moment you will find. You can do anything, anything you want. The universe is listening to the dreams you hold. You can do anything, anything at all. The impossible is waiting for you to make the call. Every door that closed before you was just showing you the way. Every no is only clearing space for your perfect day. You can do anything, anything you want. The universe is listening to the dreams you hold. You can do anything, anything at all. The impossible is waiting for you to make the call. What if you already knew? What if it's always been true? What if the only thing between is just the fear of being Now the moment has arrived here. Now the choice is only yours. All the power ever needed lives behind an open door. You can do anything, anything you want. The universe is listening to the dreams you own. You can do anything, anything at all. The impossible is waiting. You can do anything, anything you want. The stars themselves are singing all the dreams you hold. You can do anything, anything at all. You always could, you always could, you just forgot. You can do anything, anything.
Hey, before we go, I just want to invite you to join the Reality Revolution community. You can find the link in the description. It's at www.skool.com, skool.com/reality revolution. This is a very unique place where we get together. We have weekly group coaching sessions. We have exclusive content you can't find anywhere on YouTube. And we have individual teachers that are also teaching different sessions in our group. And it's an amazing place. I'm super proud of what we've created there. I hope to see you there. Click the link, join today. I'm sending all my light and love to everybody listening. I'm just reminding you, once again, you can do anything you want. And welcome to the Reality Revolution. Before you go, I have something special to share. On November 20th through the 22nd, I am hosting a 3-day live in-person event at the Hilton Sedona Resort at Bell Rock in the Vortex. 3 full days of immersive transformation in one of the most powerful energy centers on the planet. Pineal gland activations, quantum jumping, higher self connection, future self merging, bliss body, wealth consciousness, large sums of money flowing, retro-causal influence, a technique based on real quantum physics that your future self is already using to bring you here. The Vortex amplifies everything. The Earth becomes your co-creator. This is something a recording or a single meditation cannot replicate. Tickets are in the description. The space is very limited. I am keeping this intimate because of the power of this location. Sedona, Bell Rock, November 20th through the 22nd. This is the one. You can click the link in the description, or you can go to www.brianscottlive.com/Sedona-2026. I will see you there. I can't wait.